The Philippines has struggled with multifaceted challenges brought about by climate change, making its people, their livelihoods, and landscapes vulnerable. Each year, the agriculture industry loses an average of 29 billion pesos. The impacts of climate change are made worse by poverty, as 1 out of every 3 farmers come from low-income families. This results in millions of agriculture households struggling with the additional cost of climate measures. In an effort to help farmers cope with climate change, the Department of Agriculture introduced the Adaptation and Mitigation Initiative in Agriculture program. The AMIA initiative responds by helping farming and fishing communities with livelihoods and enterprises which are more resilient to climate and economic shocks. It promotes climate-resilient agricultural practices and technologies through the AMIA Village Approach. The AMIA Village Approach assists groups and clusters of farmers facing similar climate risks by organizing them in an AMIA village, each covering approximately 100 hectares. This approach empowers farmers to identify their climate risks, select suitable adaptation measures, and access tailored support services to improve productivity and income while managing climate risks. The AMIA program aims to address climate change challenges and promote food security, economic growth, and rural development through climate-resilient strategies, community engagement, and knowledge exchange. AMIA villages serve as demonstration and proof-of-concept sites for climate adaptation and food security practices, showcasing successful technologies like diversified farming, value chain participation, climate information services, organic agriculture, and stress-tolerant crop varieties. In addition, water management techniques like alternate wetting and drying and rainwater harvesting measures are also promoted. Climate information systems provide a strong basis for planning these strategies. This comprehensive approach equips farmers to transition from mere producers to value-adding enterprises in climate-resilient enterprises and more resilient local food systems. Today, AMIA has reached across the country's provinces, municipalities, down to the barangay level, empowering thousands of farmers. There are 181 AMIA villages nationwide, most of which are located in the most vulnerable areas of the country, reaching more than 59 provinces in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The major contributions of AMIA to the Philippine economy and agriculture are twofold, particularly mainstreaming climate change both at the policy and operational levels. AMIA has developed decision support tools that assess climate change vulnerability and guide targeted adaptation and mitigation efforts. Additionally, AMIA's dissemination of climate-based farming and fishery advisories, through which was provided as a basic service of the DA regional field offices, has significantly contributed to the reduced production losses and damage for the agriculture sector due to the typhoons, saving billions of pesos in 2020 and 2021. AMIA's success in establishing climate-resilient villages has paved the way for securing the Green Climate Fund, a financial grant for adapting Philippine agriculture to climate change project. This targets a substantial number of beneficiaries, aiming to benefit 1,250,000 farming households and 5 million indirect beneficiaries over its 7 years. This project builds upon AMIA's experiences, further strengthening the agriculture sector's resilience to climate change and contributing to overall development of the Philippine economy. To ensure effective adaptation mitigation efforts, evidence-based knowledge is crucial. The 3 vital components are being all-encompassing, specific to the given context, and capable of adjustment. These factors guarantee active engagement with stakeholders, the development of capacities, and the incorporation of efficient and effective approaches. Innovations are important tools to lead farming communities out of this crisis, converging indigenous or traditional knowledge with scientific advancements. This makes for a powerful approach in dealing with climate change. Integrating creative new ideas into the existing system helps bring about transformative change. Through the AMIA strategies, community empowerment, and cross-sector collaboration to address climate change, the Philippines works towards a promising future. Recently, DA-AMIA regions across the Philippines and the International Institute of Rural Reconstruction, or IIRR, with the support of CGIAR Initiative on Climate Resilience, conducted a synthesis workshop to capture lessons, success stories, innovation, and best practices on climate change adaptation efforts. The lessons and policy implications of the AMIA development pathway process go hand in hand with identifying barriers and approaches to integrating gender and social equity concepts into climate change adaptation measures, all of which are urgent, particularly for vulnerable sectors. And with AMIA's farmer-centric approach based on science and community involvement, it transforms Philippine agriculture into a climate-resilient sector, ensuring sustainability and balance between humanity and nature. This paves the way for a more robust and sustainable agricultural landscape that can withstand the challenges posed by climate change and other economic shocks. Ultimately, this highlights the duty of the government and the development sector to assist vulnerable groups who bear the greatest brunt of the adverse effects of climate change. Let us remember that one step toward climate resilience equals hundreds and thousands of lives improved and sustained. They say it takes a village to create solutions and impactful transformations. Therefore, with continued support and strengthened efforts, one AMIA village can turn into a community into a country, and a country into hopeful Filipino farmers embracing a more stable and sustainable future.